Okay, so with all the games now being done before the World Cup, the next big match of rugby to be played is the France-New Zealand as the first game of World Cup on the 8th of September in a couple of weeks' time. I cannot wait. I'm sure none of you guys can, but I thought I'd go back and have a look at the pool draw. Now, I know that I'm going to sound like a moaner. I know I'm wearing a Scotland shirt, so it's going to badly affect us. I will do an updated predictions because I think there's a few things I might want to change about a little bit, looking at form and all that going in. I know we've got a real grasp of who's at what stage, but that's for a different video. That'll probably be up in a few days. But this one I want to look at the pool draw and what it would have looked like if it was drawn now. Now, I'm not saying it should be drawn now because this is far too short notice, but still it gives an idea on the shift of momentum. So how I've done it, I'll quickly explain, is basically I've looked at the world rankings. So whoever was, I've got the list of the top teams, the top 12 I did from when the draw was made in December of 2020, and in the top 12 now. Now I must say that back in 2020, what was it? Japan and Italy were both in the top 12, where today they've been knocked out of the top 12 in the world by Georgia and Samoa. Now, what I've done for them is I basically swapped them around because for the World Cup, Georgia and Samoa came through qualification rounds playing and beating other teams. I've done that with Japan and Italy because if they both got put in, I suspect they would have the same outcome and come in, as the top team from each place. I suspect. So that's what I've done, just to try and make it so it's the exact same teams and all that. But yeah, let's have a look. So without further ado, let's get into Pool A. Now, Pool A, we all know, is France, New Zealand, Italy, Uruguay, and Namibia. Now, I will say that I've not changed the qualification teams in each pool. I've kept them the same. It's really just the top three I'm looking at because, those are usually the three teams who you think between them you're going to have the two qualifiers in for. So Uruguay and Namibia, I will say, is the exact same. Same with Tonga, Romania. What would be Georgia and Portugal, but it's now Italy and Portugal. And same with Samoa and Chile, but it's now Japan and Chile. Just to kind of make it fair. But yeah, let's get into it. So, top three from Pool A was would have been New Zealand at 1, France at 2, Italy at 3. So New Zealand at the time of the draw was world number 2, France was world number 7, and Italy was world number 12. So we look down that. So the 2nd, the 7th, and the 12th. And we get the three new teams for Pool A in South Africa, Fiji, and Samoa. Which I think is really interesting, especially between those two Pacific Island nations. They're going to have a real fight with each other. And obviously, and evidently, Uruguay beat Fiji in the last World Cup. Now, Fiji are a completely different team now. They're 7th in the world at the minute. They'd be the 2nd ranked team in this thing. So, yeah. That's really interesting. I'll try and put a thing up with a list. So South Africa, Fiji, Samoa, Uruguay, Namibia would be Pool A. Pool B, as we all know, is the group of death. South Africa, Ireland, Scotland. As I said, Tonga and Romania stay the same. So the top three. Now, South Africa was world number 1. Ireland was world number 5. And Scotland was world number 9 at the time. Now, looking at that, world number 1 now is Ireland. So they'll stay in Pool B. World number 5 now is Scotland. So they'll stay in Pool B. And world number 9 now is Australia. So it's still a massive pool of death. Ireland, Scotland, and Australia. Although I would say that I think there is, on current form, 2 favourites out there, being Ireland and Scotland. And I think both of those teams are probably would beat Australia fairly comfortably at the minute. But, we'd have to wait for one of them for them to meet. It'd have to be in the semis, which I don't think Scotland will meet. Ireland might. Who knows about Australia at the minute? So that's Pool A. Pool B. Ireland, Scotland, Australia, Tonga, Romania. Really interesting there. Pool C. Now this one could be really tight actually. So Pool C at the minute is Wales, Australia, Fiji. And then it's got Georgia, Portugal. And I swapped Georgia for Italy just because based on the draw now it would be Georgia instead of Italy. Well, actually it'd be Samoa. Yeah, I just put them in for the draw thing. So Wales came first in world number 4. Then Australia at world number 6 and Fiji at number 11. That's the top 3 for that one. So at number 4 at the minute is New Zealand. Is it 6? Yeah. 6 is Argentina and 11 is Georgia. So Pool C would be New Zealand, Argentina, Georgia, Italy, Portugal. That's a spicy affair. You've got, 4 quality teams in there. I think New Zealand are head and shoulders above. Argentina are 6th, so they are probably best out of the. I'm kind of counting the top 5 as kind of their own thing because none of the top 5 has lost to anyone below 5th. They've all only lost to each other this year, whereas all the other teams are kind of jostling it out. So Argentina are kind of the best of the rest, but then you've got Georgia who are looking all impressive, and Italy, both of them who are also looking very impressive. Portugal, they came through the qualification. We'll see what they do. I don't really know what they do. I've not really watched them play, but it's interesting to see them make the World Cup. Then, so Pool C, New Zealand, Argentina, Georgia, Italy, Portugal. Then Pool D, now you can use process of elimination, went from England, Argentina, Japan, Samoa, Chile, to France, England, Wales, Japan, Chile. That's the pool of death right there. I think again France are firm favourites. Then you've kind of got battle of 3 teams, so probably 3 of the most out of form teams at the minute. Yeah, a 4-way shootout for 2 places. That would get spicy. Pool D, France, England, Wales and Japan, and then Chile as well. So from that, if I just had to look at that, who I would favourite go through: South Africa, Fiji from Pool A, Ireland and Scotland from Pool B, New Zealand and Argentina from Pool C, and who do I pick between England and Wales to go with France from Pool C? Honestly, at the minute, I'd probably take Wales. But I don't know if that's just bias coming in. It would be a tight game. They've both beaten each other once in the last month, so we really cannot tell. But yeah, that's the updated draw. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen. It was just an interesting look. I think for the next World Cup, they are going to draw it sooner, so we won't have all the top 5 teams in the world in one side. So only 2 of them can make the semis. But it's interesting to see. I'll have my predictions up in a few days. If you enjoyed, subscribe, all that. And until next time, I'll see you later.